Yeah, our content creator MARIAM has gone again to Ghana, but this time around, she went straight to Ghana. She went to Ghana to find out how the slave trade, the history of slave trade in Ghana. What happened during this slave trade, during this era where Africans were taken away out of Africa forcefully, not just willingly, but forcefully. So she went to Ghana, and while doing the tour, she discovered that some of the person that really initiated this slave trade was a Roman Catholic priest. Can you believe that? Like the person that started slave trade, that proclaimed it, was a Roman Catholic priest. Me myself, I was shocked. I was surprised, hearing that from this creator. But this is something you have to watch for yourself. And the reason why we are bringing all this content is for you to know what happened during the slave trade, like how some of these black Americans come up. If you are really interested in this kind of video, just like this video and subscribe to my channel. Like the video, and see you at the end of the video. Bye.
Good. Okay, 6 students too, they came for excursion, but me, I'm going to be giving you this for free, and they are paying to be here. So stay tuned. Come with me, my love. Okay, this is the art market here. Whoa, this castle is massive. This is my first time of being to a castle though.
Hey.
Steps down. Come with me.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, my name is Francisca. Okay, I'm the redeemed of the Lord. Who do we have here? Your name is? Keiko. May. Michael. Anika. Ayami. Miriam. You're welcome. Yeah, this is Kipko's castle, together with the other two castles, making 3. Okay, Elmina Castle, built by the Portuguese around 1482. Christian-born castle built by the Danes around 1661, and this very castle built by the English around 1664. These Europeans came to Africa to trade with Africans in gold and other minerals like ivory. But as time went on, the reason for coming to Africa shifted to needing people when these Europeans said they discovered the Americas. Discovering the Americas, they established sugarcane, tobacco, coffee plantation, that they needed people to work on those plantations. The immediate human resource they could get their hands on were the natives of America called the Red Indians. But these Red Indians were not so strong compared to Africans. They died out of European diseases like chickenpox, measles, influenza. To save the Red Indians from total extinction, one Roman Catholic priest by name Bartolomeo de las Casas suggested that Africans be enslaved. These Europeans coming to Africa found Africans in the midst of war. Africans were so divided among themselves that they couldn't even identify the enemies to go after them. When the Europeans came, they were raiding and kidnapping all Africans all by themselves. But when they realized they were just getting few people, then they combined with their own local leaders, enticed them with guns, gunpowder, sugar, fabrics in exchange for the prisoners of war, people who couldn't pay their debt, and criminals. These captives were gotten from all over West Africa, like Burkina Faso, Togo, Benin. Whoever the captives were captured were marched on foot, some to San Manso to take their last bath before they were brought into this castle. In here in Palava Hall, they were branded according to the names of the companies that bought them. After branding, then the males were brought here, the females into the female slave dungeons to wait for the ships to come get them to the New World or to the Americas. Any questions?
I don't have any.
Okay, so we'll begin the proper tour. Okay, you can ask questions.
One thing. What is the name of the person that initiated slavery? You mentioned his name, but I didn't get it.
Bartolomeo de las Casas. And yeah, he was a priest, a Roman Catholic priest.
He was a priest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so if there are no questions for now, we begin the proper tour. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you're allowed to take pictures to record, whichever form. Yeah. And again, if you're an atheist, God is going to be talked about in there. Okay, if you're an agnostic, traditionalist, Christians, Muslim, we all have our share. Okay, so no throwbacks. Let's go. You can get it out. Yeah, I put up the light because at that time there wasn't anything like this. Okay, the only source of light and air they had were these 3 holes there. And we have 5 rooms here, and each room could hold 150 to 200 captives at a time. Yeah, and being inside here, there was nothing like, I want to ease myself, let me go out, urinate, let me go out, go to the toilet. You did everything here, okay? We are standing on the original floor made with bricks. But if you came here before 1974, we'll be standing on solidified human waste. In 1974, there's some group of archaeological students from Ghana, Legon. They came to dig the floor for their research. It was after digging they discovered the floors made with bricks. Before they could touch the floor, they left some white markings on the walls to show the level of the accumulation of the solidified human waste. Yeah, these white markings on the walls, the base of the white markings, that was the level of the human feces. Okay, meaning a slave could stand in his own waste toilet right up to this level. Okay, like you're standing in a river. The question then is, how did they sleep? They stood most of the time in this darkness. Yeah, they stood then digging the floor, did not take everything they dug away. They left a portion for us to see.
Where is on your light? It's on your light.
Okay, what we see here is not just dust, but this is a mixture of their blood, tears, sweat, the food they ate, the dust of their feet, and anything else the captives left behind. How do I know this? The student who came for the research took a sample for testing. Okay, and the result proved what I just said. Any questions? No questions? Okay. Oh, so we are all doing that. Okay, this is the 3rd room. Comparing this floor to the 1st floor, what do we not see? Bricks. Okay, meaning we're on top of solidified human waste. Okay, if we were to dig the floor, we found the bricks beneath because the castle was built with bricks, oyster shells, lime powder, stone, sand, palm oil. Yeah, the builders of the castle built a church on top of this room called SPG, Society for the Propagation of the Gospel, now the Anglican Church. Yeah, so our people here, they claim to be worshiping God above. I don't know the kind of God they're worshiping.
Wait, I want to ask you something. So those people that came to Africa, they weren't worshiping God at all?
Of course, some were Christians. They believed in Jesus Christ, that He's the Savior of the world. Yeah, some did.
Some did. Okay. So on top of this place, there was a church
Yeah.
where people were being whipped, maltreated, humiliated. There was a church on top of the building.
Of course. They call that church, but I wouldn't call that church. Any questions? Any more? Okay, we move on. Okay, this is the last room. When the ships are ready to get the slaves to the New World, they did not go through the same door we came from. They had to go through an underground passage. Right from this side to the other side with 2 holes was an opening where the slaves in chains and shackles had to walk through to the door of no return. The passage was blocked around 1834 to mark the end of the slave trade, and that was led by Captain George McLean. This room was the selection room to pick out the weak slaves from the strong ones. The weak slaves were allowed to wait in the corner there to allow the strong ones go. After that, these weak ones would wait for the next shipment, but without any medical attention, meaning your survival depended on the strength of the immune system. If grace was kind enough to find you in time, you survived fine, but if you died, there was no burial for any black slave here. All of them were dumped into the sea. That's why we have these rites brought in by people like us, just to pay homage to the lost souls.
Yeah, I guess you watched that wonderful video, So I'm so shocked. Like some of the things the lady said, the curator said, I was so shocked, especially this, the one she said, like slave trade was initiated by a Roman Catholic priest. You all know who is the Roman Catholic priest, one who makes peace into society, turns to be an initiator of slave trade. Like I was so shocked and surprised, I couldn't believe that a priest initiated slave trade. But anyway, this is not just to cause violence or to make you start having a negative mindset against Americans or so, or against the priest. This is just a history, and it should remain so. And the reason why we are bringing all these things is for you to know the history of our forefathers and everything. I thank you all for watching to this moment, and don't forget to like this video. Like the video so that everyone can also see this video. Like this video and subscribe. Thank you. Peace out.